Marie Curie is one of the most intelligent and respected women in world history. There is hardly another woman in this world who has dedicated herself to science as much as she did. There are hundreds of thousands of records about her on the internet, including an excellent scientist and a sincere lover, as well as a wife and a loving mother. So today we thought we would share with you a wonderful account of Marie Curie's life, how she shared her love and the most dangerous scientific experiments. In particular, she had the most dangerous notebook in the world. We invite you to stay until the end of this special video to learn more about Marie Curie and her life. Maria Salomea Skłodowska-Curie, also known as Marie Curie, was born on November 7, 1967 in Warsaw, Poland, as the youngest daughter of a family of 5. She was very good at studying since childhood, but she lost the opportunity to pursue higher education at a Polish university because higher education was not provided to women in Poland at that time. At that time, the rule of the Polish Tsarist dynasty had deprived women of this. Therefore, in 1891, she entered the University of Paris for her higher education. Born in Paris, France on May 15, 1859, Pierre Curie was truly a genius. While studying at the university, Maria, who also worked in a laboratory in Paris, met Pierre at that laboratory. Always reading something, consulting books, and trying to learn something new whenever possible, it took only a short time for Maria to steal Pierre's heart. Anyway, Marie Curie once said about Pierre and Marie's first meeting, "When I entered the laboratory, he was looking out of the balcony. I really thought he was very young, but even then he was 35 years old. He had a serious smile. The open proposal he made suddenly was very small. His whole idea was contained in that small statement." This is how she had said it. However, Pierre had to propose to Marie several times to get her consent. It is said that he waited for her for a year. It is said that Marie took so long to express her interest because she had the intention of returning to Poland. Pierre, who explained to Marie that returning to Poland would not benefit her, invited her to stay with him in Paris. Secretly in love with Pierre's openness and education, as well as his boundless knowledge, Maria expressed her desire to marry him on July 26, 1895. It was a simple wedding, attended by only the two of them and a few others. She did not have any special dress to wear. She got married in a simple dark blue dress that she had received as a gift. After the wedding, she loved it so much that she wore it to the laboratory every day. After the wedding, the two of them went on a bicycle ride to a rural area in France for their honeymoon. She spoke very happily about that trip, riding 2 bicycles and enjoying the beauty of nature. The Curies had 2 daughters from the marriage. They were Eve Curie and Irene Joliot Curie. In 1895, Pierre received his doctorate. He studied magnetism. After the wedding, they both worked together for Maria's doctorate. Her groundbreaking research on radioactivity led to the discovery of the element polonium in 1898. She named her discovery polonium in honor of her native Poland. That same year, they discovered radium together. Maria did all this while pregnant with her first child, and after giving birth to Irene in 1897, her dedication to motherhood was well documented. In 1903, Maria received her doctorate for her research on radioactivity. Pierre was awarded the Davy Medal by the Royal Society of Sciences of France. That same year, they were both nominated for the Nobel Prize in Physics. But this time, something special happened. The Nobel Committee had only recommended 2 physicists, Pierre Curie and Henri Becquerel, for this award. Maria's name was not actually included, but Pierre, who stood up for his wife, explained to the committee that none of these experiments would have been successful without Maria. It was only then that her name was recommended for the Nobel Prize. Maria and Pierre were the first married couple in the world to win the Nobel Prize together. Marie Curie also made history as the first woman to win the Nobel Prize. However, a few years after this outstanding success, in 1906, Pierre unfortunately died in a road accident. It is said that it was an unbelievable farewell for Maria. However, Maria, who continued the experiments they started together, was awarded the Nobel Prize for Chemistry again in 1911. She also became the first professor at the University of Paris in France. The notebook used by Maria is a notebook that has attracted the attention of the whole world. It is known as the most dangerous notebook in the world. Unlike books that teach witchcraft and bring the dead, anyone who keeps Maria's book is sure to develop some kind of disease. Maria's notebook contains notes and reports of many experiments she conducted over the years. She worked with highly radioactive elements such as plutonium and thorium. Therefore, this notebook was highly exposed to radiation. It is reported that Maria sometimes carried pieces of plutonium in her pockets. Because of this, almost everything she used was highly radioactive. Maria's notebook is still preserved today and is kept in a safe box at the Bibliothèque Nationale in France. This book can be read by authorized persons, and it is currently recommended to wear a special radiation-resistant suit. However, scientists have stated that the radioactivity of this notebook will remain for another 1,500 years. Reports indicate that a person who uses or keeps this book without a cover can even develop a disease such as leukemia. If you look at it this way, she really used the most dangerous book in the world. After serving science for many years, Marie Curie passed away on July 4, 1934. She died of a blood disease called aplastic anemia, which she had contracted from her years of radioactivity research. Even the coffin in which she was buried was made with a lead cover. Pierre and Maria left this world with a brilliant daughter who could continue the work they had started. Irène Joliot-Curie was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1935 for her research into the discovery of artificially produced radioactive elements, but she also died prematurely from leukemia. Her second daughter, Eve, is a famous author in France. She was also a special advisor to the world's most powerful organization, NATO. The Curie family is still considered the most educated family in world history. Irène's husband, Jean-Frédéric, shared the Nobel Prize in Chemistry with Irène Curie in 1935. He also died of hemorrhaging. He had also contracted a severe blood infection at the time. Finally, Eve Curie's husband, Henry Richardson Labouisse Jr., was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1965. Hélène Langevin Joliot, daughter of Irène Joliot-Curie or granddaughter of Marie and Pierre, is a professor of physics. In fact, Marie Curie or Marie Curie and her entire generation have made a great contribution to the world. As a woman, Marie Curie is considered to be a very courageous and outstanding woman. For this reason, she is also known as the mother of physics. We invite you to read more about her. Please comment below with your thoughts on Marie Curie.